Your little hands wrapped around my finger, and it's so quiet in the world tonight. Your little eyelids flutter 'cause you're dreaming, so I tuck you in, turn on your favorite night light. To you, everything's funny. You got nothing to regret. I'd give all I have, honey, if you could stay like that. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. Just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. It could stay this simple. I won't let nobody hurt you. Won't let no one break your heart. No, no one will desert you. Just try to never grow up. And never grow up. You're in the car on the way to the movies, and you're mortified your mom's dropping you off. At 14, there's just so much you can't do, and you can't wait to move out someday and call your own shots. But don't make her drop you off around the block. Remember that she's getting older too, and don't lose the way that you dance around in your PJs, getting ready for school. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. Just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. It could stay this simple. And no one's ever burned you. Nothing's ever left you scarred. And even though you want to, just try to never grow up. Take pictures in your mind of your childhood room. Memorize what it sounded like when your dad gets home. Remember the footsteps, remember the words said, and all your little brother's favorite songs. I just realized everything I have is someday gonna be gone. So here I am in my new apartment in a big city. They just dropped me off. It's so much colder than I thought it would be, so I tucked myself in and turned my night light on. Wish I'd never grown up. I wish I'd never grown up. Wish I'd never grown up, could still be little. Oh, I don't wanna grow up. Wish I'd never grown up, it could still be simple. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. You just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. It could stay this simple. Hurt you. Won't let no one break your heart. And even though you want to, please try to never go. Oh, oh, oh. Don't you ever go. Oh, never grow. Just never grow.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. I hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. I hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Oh, yeah. The only way you can know, give it all you have. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. I hope when the moment comes, you say, I lived. I hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. Oh, when the sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, oh, yeah. I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. Until that moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. In every broken bone, I swear I lived. I swear I live. I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I live.
Years old, couple cane posts sitting down by the creek. Lines in the water, watching those bobbers, seeing that red sun sink. Mama's on the porch yelling supper's hot, y'all come and get it. We yelled 5 more minutes. At 16 it was 12:03, standing at her front door. Katie's dad said midnight, but we needed just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We wanted 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying. Myself 5 more minutes. 18, turned my helmet in, walked to the 50-yard line. Just to coaching me after we lost 8-10-9. And I cried, man, next time to get in here, I'll have to buy a ticket. Can't you give me 5 more minutes? Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it and give myself 5 more minutes. In '86, my grandpa said there's angels in the room. All the family gathered round, knew the time was coming soon. With so much left to say, I prayed, Lord, I ain't finished, just give us 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff, the good times. Oh, but they just keep on flying right on by like it ain't nothing. I wish I had me a pause button. Moments like those, Lord knows I'd hit it. Yeah, sometimes this old life will leave you
can remember when you fit in the palm of my hand. Felt so good in it, no bigger than a minute. And how it amazes me, you're changing with every blink, faster than a flower blooms. They grow up all too soon. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, just let them be little. I've never felt so much in one little tender touch. I live for those kisses, prayers and your wishes. And now that you're teaching me things only a child can see, every night while we're on our knees, all I ask is please let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, just let them be little. So innocent, a precious soul. You turn around, it's time to let them go. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, just let them be little. Let them be little.
I always knew this day would come. We'd be standing one by one with our future in our hands. So many dreams, so many plans. I always knew after all these years there'd be laughter, there'd be tears, but never thought I'd walk away with so much joy but so much pain. And it's so hard to say goodbye, but yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moment, so glad I got to know you. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Another chapter in the book but you can look, and there we are on every page. Memories I'll always save. Up ahead, only open doors. Who knows what we're heading towards? I wish you love, I wish you luck. For you, the world just opens up, but it's so hard to say goodbye. Yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moment, so glad I got to know you. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Every day that we had, all the good, all the bad, I'll keep them here inside. All the times that we shared, every place, everywhere, you touched my life. Yeah, one day we'll look back, we'll smile and we'll laugh, but right now we just cry. 'Cause it's so hard to say goodbye. Yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moment, so glad I got to know ya. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. I'll always remember. I'll always remember you.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes
Hey buddies that I grew up with, all straight-laced and married up now. You ain't fooling me, wasn't long ago we tore the roof off that one red light town. And hey darling, sipping that red wine, all classic kick back on the couch. You smiling, I see ya, shooting tequila, shutting them college bars down. And no matter how much time goes by, and no matter how much we grow up, for worse or for better, from now till forever, I'll always remember you young. Hey babies, crawling on the carpet, no you won't be that little for long. One day you'll move away, but you're still gonna stay this innocent after you're gone. 'Cause no matter how much time goes by, and no matter how much you grow up, for worse or for better, from now till forever, I'll always remember you young. Yeah, I hope when we get to heaven, He looks at us all like we're kids, shameless and painless and perfect and ageless, forgives all the wrong that we did. And no matter how much time goes by, I hope we never have to grow up, and He'll say for worse or for better, from now till forever, I'll always remember you young. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'll always remember you young.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began.
You know we started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Let me tell you.
When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong, and what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything anything I would do, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Don't let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Woke up in London yesterday, found myself in the city near Piccadilly. Don't really know how I got here. I got some pictures on my phone, new names and numbers that I don't know. Address to places like Abbey Road. Day turns to night, night turns to whatever we want. We're young enough to say, oh, this has gotta be the good life. This has gotta be the good life. This could really be a good life, good life. I say, oh, this feeling that you can't fight. The city is on fire tonight. This could really be a good life, a good, good life. To my friends in New York, I say hello. My friends in LA, they don't know where I've been for the past few years or so. Paris to China to Colorado. Sometimes there's airplanes I can't jump out. Sometimes there's bullshit that don't work now. We got our stories, but please tell me what there's to complain about. When you're happy like a fool, you let it take you over. When everything is out, you gotta take it in. Oh, this has gotta be the good life. This has gotta be the good life. This could really be a good life, good life. I say, oh, this feeling that you can't fight. The city is on fire tonight. This could really be a good life, a good, good life. A good, good life. Hopelessly, I feel like there might be something that I'll miss. Hopelessly, I feel like the window closes so quick. Hopelessly, I'm taking a mental picture of you now. 'Cause hopelessly, the hopeless we have so much to feel good about. Oh, this has gotta be the good life. This has gotta be the good life. This could really be a good life, good life. I say, oh, this feeling that you can't fight. The city is on fire tonight. This could really be a good life, a good, good life. Oh, yeah. A good, good life. else to complain about.
Your little hands wrapped around my finger, and it's so quiet in the world tonight. Your little eyelids flutter 'cause you're dreaming, so I tuck you in, turn on your favorite night light. To you, everything's funny, nothing to regret. I'd give all I have, honey, if you could stay like that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to POWERplex for tonight's graduation of Rockwood Summit. We're excited to have you here. The kids are lined up and will be coming out here in a few minutes. A few housekeeping items before we begin. Restrooms are on both sides, as you've probably seen, and in the back. We also have the food trucks over by the ice zone where you first came in. If you're going to listen on your FM radio, it is 95.7. So once again, 95.7 is the FM station you can listen to if you're inside your cars or if you cannot hear the speakers very well. I see a lot of awesome balloons out there. We do ask that you do not release the balloons into the air. We are 10 minutes from the airport, and the pilots don't really like when balloons go through their airspace, so we ask that you do not release those balloons. At the end of the graduation, we will give the kids a little opportunity to celebrate here on the turf, and then we will ask them to exit back to their vehicles. When we exit this parking lot, we will bring everybody forward. There will be parking attendants to help get you out of here in a timely manner, but we'll need everybody to get back to their cars. So if you're parked on the Cabela's side, you'll exit forward and go out Cabela's way. If you're parked on the ice zone side, you'll exit forward and go back out the way you came in. It's a very quick process once we get everybody there. So enjoy the graduation, and here we go.
Good evening. Please remain standing as I welcome Senior Grant Bosler to the stage. Grant will be introducing our national anthem this evening. Grant has enlisted in the United States Navy as his post-graduation plans. Grant will be reporting to basic training later this summer in Great Lakes, Illinois, with hopes to be an aviation rescue swimmer. During his years at Summit, Grant was involved in football, wrestling, and lacrosse. Ladies and gentlemen, Senior Grant Bosler.
Friends and family and friends, from your vehicles, please place your hand over your heart for the playing of our national anthem. Graduates and faculty, please stay standing for the playing of our national anthem recorded by our Rockwood Summit Choir.
Thank you, Grant, and thank you to our choir. You may now be seated. Good evening, honored guests, graduates, families, and friends. My name is Emily McCowan, and I am the proud principal of Rockwood Summit High School. It certainly has been a senior year to remember, of ups and downs and twists and turns, but is it with pure joy that I say, welcome to the Rockwood Summit Class of 2021 Graduation Commencement Ceremony. I would like to introduce several special guests with us this evening. In front of our graduates are individuals who have contributed to the education of our students. Would all please rise as I call your name? From Rockwood Board of Education, President Ms. Jamie Bays. Vice President Ms. Lynn Midyett. Directors Mr. Thomas Dunn, Dr. Keith Kinder, Ms. Laura Lee Mondel, Mr. Randy Miller, and Ms. Tamara Romberg. From our central office, we have joining us Dr. Lisa Counts, Assistant Superintendent, Supervision of School, Dr. Shelley Willett, Assistant Superintendent of Learning and Support Services, Ms. Mary LePac, Executive Director of Communications, Ms. Deb Kettering, Chief Information Officer, Mr. Paul Northington, Chief Financial Officer, and joining me on stage is Dr. Mark Miles, Superintendent of the Rockwood School District. We also have joining us this evening from our Fenton Quadrant Schools, Dr. Lori Birkenmeyer, Principal of Rockwood South Middle School. In addition, I would like to recognize those in our audience this evening. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird looking out into a parking lot, but I know out there is an incredible amount of support that our graduates have in their lives. We hope our graduates have felt the love of their parents and extended family who have supported them for the past 18 years. We know many of these family members might be joining us remotely this year via live stream, but as is our tradition, we would like to begin by recognizing the grandparents and great-grandparents of our graduates, near or far, to honk your horns or shake your noisemakers if you're out there in the crowd so we can honor you. On behalf of our staff, I would like to also take this opportunity to thank all our parents who have helped us with your child moving from virtual learning to in-person learning over the past year. Thank you for your continued support as we have worked through these challenges throughout the year. Let's take a moment to show some love to our senior parents. I know for some of our families, today is bittersweet, as your youngest child is graduating from Rockwood Summit High School. If this is your last child to graduate from Summit, please honk your horn so we can congratulate you. Your last will certainly be the most memorable. Congratulations. I would also like to acknowledge all the parent volunteers for their hard work and effort to ensure student success by serving in a wide variety of areas such as PSO members, Booster Club members, and senior committee volunteers, and also by helping in the concession stands, school store, or snack shack. If you have volunteered in any capacity at Rockwood Summit, would you please honk your horn or shake your noisemakers so we can recognize you? Next, I would like to acknowledge the educators who have contributed to the success of our graduates. With teachers and support staff from Bowles Elementary, Kellison Elementary, Stanton Elementary, Utah Valley Elementary, and Rockwood South Middle Schools that are in attendance, to please honk your horn so we can thank you as well. Oh, that's a car alarm. Okay. I was going to pause. That was a car alarm. All right. Seated in the rows outside of the graduates and on stage are members of the Rockwood Summit staff who have dedicated themselves to supporting each of these graduates before us. I would like to recognize and thank members of the Rockwood Summit staff who are here this evening, as well as those working behind the scenes or live streaming the ceremony from home. We are here for this wonderful occasion because of your continued commitment to provide the highest quality education for each student. Would all Rockwood Summit staff please stand so we can recognize you? Each year, we recognize our community members who have served in our country's military, both past and present. This was a tradition started with the class of 2006. We would like to continue this tradition by recognizing all members of our audience who have served in America's armed forces to please honk your horns or rise. We would also like to recognize the members of the class of 2021 who have made the decision to serve our country by joining the military. Would all seniors who are going into military service please stand? Over the past 14 months, we certainly all relied on our community to help us through this pandemic. This year, we would like to recognize our community members and any class of 2021 members who were essential workers during this difficult time with COVID. If you are a healthcare professional, food service or grocery worker, or any other professional who worked to keep us safe during the pandemic, please honk your horn or rise so we can recognize you. We thank all of you for your service. Lastly, the class of 2021 would like to recognize those family members, friends, and classmate Julia McCarthy who are here in our hearts this evening. Please join me in a moment of silence as we remember those who are with us in spirit tonight. Thank you. I now have the honor of introducing Caleb Messerly, member of the class of 2021, and ask that he please join me on stage. During his time at Rockwood Summit, Caleb was involved in our jazz band, marching band, cross country, and youth and government. Caleb is a member of the National Honor Society and an officer for this organization. Caleb was recently awarded the Glory of Missouri Award for representing liberty. Caleb also completed the requirements for the distinction of Eagle Scout. Although Caleb has been involved in a variety of clubs and activities, he might be best known as the voice of the Falcons for our morning announcements. It has been a joy to watch him continue to grow in both academics and leadership over the past 4 years. Caleb plans to attend the University of Alabama this fall to study computer science.
They all got out of order.
I've got it for you if you need it. All right. Caleb is joined this evening by his proud mother, Carolyn Messerly, and sister Colleen, as well as extended family of aunts, uncles, and his grandmother. Caleb asked to give a special shout out to family friend Michael Kelly, who helped him prepare for his speech this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Senior Caleb Messerly.
Good evening, Rockwood Summit, and congratulations to the class of 2021. Now, I know there are other parts of this speech where we are asked to hold our applause to the very end, but this is not one of those parts. Please feel free to clap or laugh at any point. I will not mind. Yeah, right now. Now, I'd like to start by giving just a few thank yous to some of the people who helped us get to this occasion. To our teachers who strive every single day to provide us with an extraordinary education, thank you. To our support staff, the librarians, cafeteria workers, production and custodial workers who provide us with the resources we need to learn, thank you. And finally, thank you for the valuable administrative staff, the secretaries, counselors, and principals that provide leadership and guidance at Rockwood Summit. A special thanks, of course, goes to our superintendent, Dr. Mark Miles, and his predecessor, Dr. Eric Knost. May he rest in peace. Well, he's not dead, but he is in Iowa, which, if we're being honest, is kind of the same thing. And of course, we cannot forget our parents, who are sources of love and support, of wisdom and advice, and sometimes in a pinch, food and money. Hi, Mom. In all seriousness, parents, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being vital and seeing us through to this momentous occasion. And that leaves us, the class of 2021. There are a lot of words I could use to describe our class. A lot good, and some, well, you know. But if I had to choose just one word, one character trait that we all share, it would be perseverance. Putting aside the pandemic, our class has had to push through a lot of adversity. It started on our very first day of high school, when every single one of us was forced to walk past a crowd of cheering Link crew leaders guarding the front door. With our eyes glued to the pavement, trying to avoid eye contact, we all wondered, does it get any easier? It didn't. In fact, it only got harder as we completed 8 semesters of mandatory language arts, 740 government lunches, another 740 standardized tests, and even Mr. Kniff's honors chemistry class. Barely. And taking one look at the walls of Rockwood Summit and outside the walls of the POWERplex Arena, it appears that we will not be allowed to stop persevering once we graduate from high school. So I have assembled 3 quotes from 3 different sources to help us successfully conquer the challenges that we will have to face in the coming years. The first quote comes from the 32nd President of the United States. Does anyone know who that is? Franklin Delano Roosevelt was elected president during the depths of the Great Depression. Roosevelt, during this tumultuous time in our history, honestly said to the American people, "When you come to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on." FDR saw that the old way of doing things had stopped working, and that all that conventional wisdom was just leading his country further into crisis. He couldn't just hold on tighter or try the same old fixes. He had to come up with a new approach. He had to tie a knot. So he did. FDR developed new approach after new approach until he found one that worked. Okay, so did all of his new ideas work? Of course not. But that did not stop him. Fellow graduates, the problems we will encounter in the future will be baffling. We cannot simply apply old methods to new challenges. Instead, as FDR did, we must use ingenuity and find new ways to battle new problems. Do not be afraid of the inevitable failed attempts, but instead think outside the box. Formulate a new approach. Tie knots in your rope until you find one that works. And now for a change of pace. The second quote comes from someone a little more contemporary. The second quote comes from Michael Jordan, who, due to a combination of raw talent, hard work, and being 6'6", which is just a little taller than Mrs. Steele, is widely acclaimed to be the best player in NBA history. When asked about his success, he stated that talent wins games, but teamwork wins championships. He said that in 1994, and it is only more true now in 2021. We live in a more competitive world than any of the generations that came before us. A single person's talent or skill is just not worth as much as it used to be. And in your business, or your research lab, or your military squad, you are going to have to compete with fierce rivals across the state, across the country, and across the globe. In order to excel in whatever you attempt, you're going to have to collaborate. Michael Jordan was a great player, but he wouldn't have won anything had he not worked well with his team. So fellow graduates, when you're faced with struggles that feel overwhelming, that you just can't handle alone, remember to be like Mike and work together. For those of you keeping track, and for those of you dozing off in your seats, I don't blame you. My last quote is pretty simple. My last quote comes from the king of our childhood TV sets. It comes from SpongeBob SquarePants. And it goes like this. I'm ready! Every day on his way to the Krusty Krab, SpongeBob SquarePants shouts over and over again, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. You see, SpongeBob approaches his life, no matter how mundane, no matter how frustrating, enthusiastically. A hard thing to do. He flips the same patties every day. He lives right next door to an unrelenting grouch. And like some of you, he still doesn't have his driver's license. None of that stops him from waking up every morning, determined to do his best and meet the demands of the day with a smile on his face. Fellow graduates, the future ahead will have disappointments. You might fail a test. You might have to deal with an obnoxious customer, or someone might hit your car in the Summit parking lot. Someone might have already hit your car in the Summit parking lot. Failure, mistakes, and regrets will haunt you if you let them. Don't allow them to. Be like SpongeBob. Be ready and meet the next day with enthusiasm. The 3 quotes I've shared with you tonight are more than just words found on cheesy posters, the internet, or in award-worthy graduation speeches. They reveal parcels of wisdom that I believe will help us face the adversity we will encounter in life. Remember, when in doubt, to approach situations creatively like FDR, cooperatively like MJ, and enthusiastically like SpongeBob SquarePants. I'll end my speech with one more thank you. To every member of the Rockwood Summit class of 2021, thank you for being a part of my high school experience. Thank you for coming to school with me, for studying with me, for participating in extracurriculars and going to games with me, and teaching me how you approach life. And thank you for listening to this speech on our graduation day. I am deeply grateful to have been able to know each and every one of you over the last 4 years of high school. Through the good times and the bad times, through the triumphs and the setbacks, and yes, even through the masks, we have persevered and finally graduated. So take a moment during this long, long ceremony and pat yourself on the back. We've had a lot thrown at us, especially this last year, but hey, we're the class of 2021, and we get things done. We do. So I say, bring it on. Congratulations.
Thank you, Caleb. And to think he was nervous about giving this speech. Knocked it out of the park. Great job, Caleb. Thank you for always sharing your zest and enthusiasm for life and its adventures. We will always remember your legacy, and certainly the legacy of the class of 2021 for others to follow in the future. Next, we have a special performance from our choral program. The Rockwood Summit Choir includes 105 students in grades 9th through 12th. They represent our school at the local, state, and national levels. Students will leave this program with an understanding of music that promotes lifelong performance. Please enjoy the recorded performance of our Rockwood Summit seniors and chamber choir as they sing Before We Part under the direction of Miss Angela Rice. Thank you, Ms. Rice and the Rockwood Summit Seniors and Choir Ensemble. I would now like to welcome Senior Class Principal, Dr. Kelly Mignerone, to the podium to recognize our students with academic honors this evening.
Beginning with the class of 2013, Rockwood School District graduates with superior grade point averages receive academic recognition honors. Graduates who have achieved this standing have been presented with a medal by Rockwood Summit Renaissance. They are wearing those medals tonight and are recognized in tonight's program. At this time, we will recognize the 3 levels of academic honors. Cum laude. Cum laude graduates have a cumulative grade point average after 7 semesters of 3.5 to 3.749. They are wearing copper-colored medals. Will our graduates who have achieved cum laude status please stand and be recognized at this time? Congratulations. Magna cum laude graduates have a cumulative grade point average after 7 semesters of 3.75 to 3.99. They are wearing silver-colored medals. Will our graduates who have achieved magna cum laude status please stand and be recognized at this time? Congratulations. Summa cum laude graduates have a cumulative grade point average after 7 semesters of 4.0 and higher. They are wearing gold-colored medals. Will our graduates who have achieved summa cum laude status please stand and be recognized at this time? Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Mignerone. Congratulations to our students who are recognized for academic honors, and a heartfelt thank you to Dr. Mignerone, our senior class principal, who has guided the class of 2021 through their 4 years of Rockwood Summit. She has been an advocate for her students, provided support and guidance as they have navigated high school. I know she is proud of this class, her first Rockwood Summit cohort to reach graduation status this year. Thank you for continuing to care for our seniors, especially during this challenging senior year. At this time, I am honored to introduce another important advocate for Rockwood students this year, from return to play to return to the classroom. We appreciate his continued guidance as we have navigated these challenging times, and his support to ensure our seniors would be able to enjoy this unique graduation experience to punctuate an equally unique senior year. Ladies and gentlemen, our superintendent, Dr. Mark Miles.
Students, faculty, staff, members of the Board of Education, family, friends, and alumni. We gather this evening to celebrate and honor this distinguished class of 2021. Members of the class of 2021, you are to be commended for your achieving this significant milestone in your lives, your high school graduation. We are extremely proud of all that you have accomplished in academics, in the arts, and in athletics. Throughout your tenure in our schools, we have celebrated your academic achievements in our classrooms, as well as your excellence beyond our classrooms in extracurricular activities. Your legacy shall remain because of your diligent efforts, persistence, and dedication during a unique time in our history. Your time in our schools has been a unique one, to say the least, as we confronted a global pandemic that impacted our daily operations and educational experiences. Even beyond the more normal academic pursuits of mathematics, science, social studies, language arts, music, and physical education, to name a few, I hope that you've learned also a little bit about grit, about determination, as Caleb said, perseverance and commitment. As you consider your future, wherever you go, whatever you do, I hope you recognize what a gift you are to our world, to our community, and your family. Following this evening's ceremonies, your life continues. It is my sincere hope that you'll embrace the new opportunities and settings that await you in colleges, in careers, and communities. And within these new opportunities and settings, obstacles and challenges are certain to emerge. May you utilize your knowledge, your skills, and character to make a positive difference in our communities and our world while navigating these obstacles and challenges with patience and with grace. An anonymous quote summarizes the essence of my wish for all of you. Love life and its intricate twists and turns. There are treasures to be found in the journey. And may your journey be filled with love, compassion, empathy, and kindness. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have shared this educational experience with you as your superintendent, and I wish you continued success in future endeavors. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Miles. We appreciate your leadership and dedication to our students and community. We have enjoyed your visits to our classrooms, activities, and games over the past 2 years. We wish you all the best in your retirement. The Rockwood Summit Band and Orchestra programs include 203 students combined. Both programs have worked with students throughout the years in Fenton schools. The community they create through their programs is a vital part of our school. This evening, the Rockwood Summit Band and Orchestra have combined for a recorded performance of Overture to Nabucco. Enjoy. Thank you to our band and orchestra students and director, John Mazar. At this time, I would like to invite Senior Paige McGrady to the stage to introduce our faculty speaker. Paige has been involved in a variety of sports and activities over the past 4 years, including National Honor Society, Link Crew, Yearbook, in which she was an editor, cross country, and track and field. Paige has received several honors, including Pinnacle Journalist of the Year, Glory of Missouri Award for Honor, and most recently was named the Renaissance Student of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Senior Paige McGrady.
Thank you, Dr. McCowan. Good evening, families, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates of the Rockwood Summit High School class of 2021. We did it! It is my pleasure to introduce to you our next speaker. She was chosen to address our outstanding class, which has survived a senior year like no other class has ever experienced. For the past 24 years, she's been teaching in the Rockwood School District. The last 15 years, she has taught at Rockwood Summit. She teaches in the Social Studies Department, sponsors youth in government, and is nationally board certified. Throughout her years at Summit, she has touched the lives of countless students. She is passionate about taking an interest in who her students are, both inside and outside of the classroom. She believes it is very important to teach the material in an engaging manner that encourages her students to participate in open discussion. When I asked other students around Summit what words come to mind when they think of this teacher, the recurring responses were approachable, fair, funny, understanding, and most of all, positive. Several students shared stories of how she has positively impacted their lives. I would like to share a couple with you. One student spoke of a time when she was one of 5 sophomores attending the Youth in Government trip for the first time. None of the sophomores had her as a teacher yet, and the rest of the group were upperclassmen. This teacher took the time as they were preparing for the trip to make sure they had the help they needed and knew every member of the club. When they arrived in Jefferson City, she pulled them aside. She reassured them that if things got too overwhelming, do not be afraid to turn to her for guidance. Another student mentioned she's a teacher who truly wants to make a strong connection with every single student. She's extremely friendly and outgoing personality. He feels that after graduation, she will continue to keep in touch with her former students and show an interest in their future plans. These are just a couple of examples that show how much she cares about all students, future students, current students, and past students. Our speaker inspires her students to go out into the world and make a difference, no matter how big or small. We are so fortunate to have her address our amazing class. It is with great pride I present to you Miss Mary Jo Bauer.
Thank you, Paige. Such a thoughtful introduction. Best wishes to you next year. You're going to do great things down in Springfield. Now to you, Rockwood class of 2021, thank you for this amazing honor. Being selected by the student body is a prestigious accolade that I do not take lightly. Tonight, you reaffirm my decision to become a teacher. You will always hold a special place in my heart, not just because my son Austin is in your class, but rather because you will be remembered as my final class of normalcy before our world shut down. You were the first ones, and definitely not the last, to tell me, Ms. Bauer, you're on mute. Ms. Bauer, you're not sharing your screen. But through it all, you shared with me that in the face of vast changes, you could adapt. You are resilient. Back in April, Dr. Mignerone came to my classroom with the news that I had been voted commencement speaker. And my first thought was, really? More lectures? You didn't get enough? So please know that I did my best tonight to prepare my final lesson for you. I saw an interview this past year with the 22-year-old National Youth Poet Laureate, Amanda Gorman. She performed her powerful poem, The Hill We Climb, at the presidential inauguration in January. In an interview, she spoke about how she prepared to craft her poem for such a momentous event. She read all the previous inaugural poems, did a deep literature dive into authors past and present, and opened her eyes to the events and the signs around her. So I decided to follow her lead. I watched and read the transcripts of the top commencement speeches. I surveyed the senior class for your input, and I paid extra attention to the signs around me. What did I find through my research, you ask? 1, powerful messages. Steve Jobs told Stanford graduates, "Don't let others define who you are. Do what you love. Don't settle, keep looking." J.K. Rowling reminded Harvard graduates that it is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously you might as well not have lived at all. And finally, Amy Poehler, also known as Leslie Knope, my alter ego, inspired more Harvard graduates with her message that you can't do it alone. Listen, say yes, and live in the moment. Second, student input. You shared your personal survey responses with me of the people in your life that help you persevere. Whether it was your parent, grandparent, sibling, teacher, coach, or Yoda, you did not get here alone. One student shared, "Coach Dustin Hayes helps me become a better leader and confident. He taught me to never give up on myself nor my teammates." Another student commented, "My mom inspires me to persevere. Each day she handles every conflict with grace and dignity." Another, "My friends inspire me to persevere because I see all their success right alongside mine, and I love going through all of this together." And even Yoda's wise words, "Do or do not, there is no try." Bottom line is that you did not get here alone tonight. The actions and the words of others helped push you up those hills and pull you from your valleys. You told me of the silver linings you took away from this year, that time with your family really wasn't that bad, and that having time to stop and be still improved your personal mental health. You learned the value of personal communication and hugs. My favorite silver lining, though, was Isaac Apoku's realization that, quote, "This is in no way the peak of my life." I'm happy to say it is not. My last question to you was about what's next. You inspired me with your hope for a new chapter. In a year where the future has been blurry, you have such optimism about meeting new people, embracing greater independence, and stepping outside of your comfort zones. And third, my final step in preparing for tonight, I paid closer attention to conversations and our school environment. Literally, I read the signs. So now that my research was complete, I took all my notes and my laptop to that high top table in the corner of the library, you know, the spot by the windows, good cell service. And it hit me. I have writer's block. What am I to say? I'm no Amanda Gorman, Steve Jobs, J.K. Rowling, and as much as I would like to be, I am no Leslie Knope. Then I remembered a brief casual conversation I had with a senior a few weeks prior. He came to my room to tell me how excited he had been that I was chosen to speak. I shared with him my strong anxiety, and I asked him for his opinion. What do you want to hear? Because in a time when there is so much to say, how do I figure out what is best to say? His reply, honestly, HP, just be you. That simple. Just be you. I recall this feeling and this awe in its simplicity. Danny Murnan, thank you for those words. I played with this line in my head since our conversation, and one day when I pulled into school, I noticed a small white sign with black lettering. It was a sign that had been there all year, but now it was very clear to me. It reads, "You are enough." Then I took notice of smaller signs of encouragement around our building. "You are amazing. Everything's going to be all right." I honestly don't know who put them there, but I know that they made me smile. So when I pieced all of my parts of research together, my message was complete. Class of 2021, my message to you tonight is very simple. Just be you. You are enough, and you are never alone. Say it again. Just be you. You are enough, and you are never alone. For some of you, that task may sound easy. Your goals are set, your path is clear, and you are confident in who you are. However, for most, that simple task seems daunting because the road ahead is not exactly clear. Know that that is to be expected. And also, if you are still figuring out who you are, I encourage you to strive to be the kind of person that you need most in your life right now. I speak for all here tonight and those looking from above. You are enough. Let me be clear. That's not to say that the current you can't evolve, that it can't change. Remember, just like Isaac, this is not the peak of your life. Personal experience has taught me that it is important to have a plan, but be ready for when that plan falls apart. J. Sidlow Baxter, a pastor and theologian, said every opportunity has a difficulty, and every difficulty has an opportunity. The difference between an obstacle and an opportunity is your attitude toward it. True story. My senior year of high school, I auditioned for Indiana's School of Music. I used to sing. That was my plan. I was rejected. But guess what? That change in plans, that led to my awesome career in education. Had I been admitted, I would have never had the opportunity to spend the time with you, to laugh with you, to teach all of you the importance of voting. And not just you, but the 3,000 plus kids, Rockwood kids, that have walked through my classroom over the past 24 years. That rejection letter, that obstacle, was an opportunity in disguise. Look at the obstacles your class has overcome: sports, school, family. Trust in your ability to be resilient and to seize those opportunities. In the field of education, unlike so many other professions, we have a beginning and an end. And when the year is over, none of us are the same. As I said to you last year, prior to March, masks, and Zoom, while you packed your bags and began to form that line out my door before the bell rang, we have such limited time together. Why are you trying to cut it short? Well, my friends, our time is officially up. Go forth and make the 026 proud. Let us read about you and your greatness in our papers, see it in our community, and experience it in person. Because in your words, Rockwood Summit is not just a high school. It's a community within itself, and it is a family. So I won't claim to be as inspirational tonight as Amanda Gorman. Memorable, it's just fine with me. Just be you. You are enough, and you are never alone. Thank you for this amazing honor, and congratulations. I will miss you.
Thank you, Ms. Bauer. We could certainly feel your love and passion for our students. Thank you for your last lesson and your thoughtful words. Of course, now we want you to come down here and sing us a song. It's your moment. You're here. You got jumbotrons and everything. All right. Well, we're grateful that didn't work out for you as well. I know you are a beloved teacher, and tonight is extra special for you as a parent as well. Thank you for your work as an educator, and congratulations to you as a parent of a graduate this evening. As Caleb and Ms. Bauer highlighted in their speeches, this is a very special class. As administrators, we often say the senior class shapes the climate of our building. This group has certainly embodied our vision for Rockwood Summit of one legacy, inspiring excellence. We often talk with our cohorts through their 4 years with us to think about what kind of legacy they want to leave. How will we remember the class of 2021? The vision of one legacy is also about each of us leaving Summit better than we found it. Each year we challenge our incoming freshmen to do just that, and this class certainly delivered. Here are just some of the highlights of this remarkable group. 164 of the 292 students before you stood to be recognized tonight as cum laude, summa cum laude, or magna cum laude. 222 graduates from the class of 2021 were recognized by our Renaissance program for having a GPA of 3.0 for their first semester of the senior year. 49 of our graduates have earned Bright Flight scholarships for receiving a 30 or above on their ACT. 38 of them earned a 31 on their ACT and are eligible for up to $3,000 scholarship to a Missouri college or university for being in the top 3% of test takers in Missouri. The class of 2021 also had 8 National Merit finalists, plus an additional 8 commended students as a result of their PSAT performance their junior year. Summit has encouraged our students to challenge themselves by taking a rigorous course load during their 4 years. Nearly 2/3 of this graduating class have taken at least one AP class. Out of those students, 165 of them took a total of 706 AP tests in their 4 years at Rockwood Summit. 145 students took a college-level course that qualifies for credit through the University of Missouri St. Louis. The total number of college credits earned by these students just this year alone is over 800 credit hours. We also have 5 students from this class participate in the early college program through St. Louis Community College at Wildwood. Those students spent the last 2 years taking college-level classes and are receiving not only their high school diploma this evening, but also an associate's degree for this spring. However, this is not just a group of scholars. The class of 2021, definitely a group of talented musicians and artists. They have collectively taken 353 music classes, 477 upper-level art classes, and earned more awards than we can count. 150 of these students in this group participated in Missouri State High School Activities Association sponsored sport or activity just this year alone. You have 31 state champions sitting before you, winning title championships in girls and boys soccer, girls lacrosse, girls golf, and dance team. We also hope to add one more this weekend. 22 of these athletes have signed letters of intent to play at the collegiate level, and we look forward to watching their continued success. At least 95 of the graduates before you will be A+ certified students and have recorded 3,225 A+ tutoring hours over the past 4 years. Many of those hours were served by assisting younger students in our feeder elementary and middle schools. We have so many individual students, teams, and groups serving our community inside and outside of Rockwood Summit. While we have always tried to track the number of service hours, it is just not possible to quantify the caring spirit of this group. While those facts are certainly impressive, the class of 2021 has touched our hearts and our school in a special way. Our graduates have left a legacy at Summit that will continue after they have moved on to bigger things. When we think of this graduating class, we will of course remember the way it ended for you, with some lost memories of senior year. But you are much more than the moments of this year. You have been a group filled with spirit and kindness. I remember you all coming to Summit for this first time as 8th graders. I think you all know you have a special place in my heart over the last several years. Your freshman year seems like, oh geez, okay. I knew I should have cut that line. Okay. Your freshman year seems like ages ago and also feels like yesterday. Although we will remember this moment of the unconventional graduation in a parking lot of an abandoned mall after COVID, it's really about all the moments of you in our classroom, you in our halls, you in our stands, and you in our fields over the last 4 years that we will remember the class of 2021. Okay, now I'm okay. All right. To each of you, we thank you for setting the bar high for those following you, for showing those younger what it means when we say, we are one, we are family, we are Falcons. My sincere gratitude for all that you've done for our school and for our community. Thank you, class of 2021. At this time, I would like to invite School Board President, Ms. Jamie Bays, to the stage. Ms. Bays has been a strong supporter of Summit community, not only as a board member, but also as a parent. We are pleased to have her here this evening to accept this graduating class. President Bays and Rockwood School Board, on behalf of the Rockwood Summit High School faculty and administration, I acknowledge and certify that the members of this graduating class have met all the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the Rockwood Board of Education and the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. As principal of Rockwood Summit High School, it is an honor for me to present to you the class of 2021.
Dr. McCown, on behalf of the Rockwood Board of Education, I am pleased to confer upon these students of the class of 2021 the high school diploma as granted by the Rockwood School District and the state of Missouri.
Thank you, President Bays, and thank you to our Board of Education. The faculty members who will join us on stage this evening have been chosen by the class of 2021 to read their names as they receive their diploma. They are Eric Hill, Jennifer Peroni, Angela Steele, and Michael Kniff. Also joining us as we congratulate our graduates are the guidance counselors who have worked with our students for the past 4 years, Beth Perkins, Jerry Bollinger, and Dave Schroll. Go ahead, clap for them. The moment we've all been waiting for. Class of 2021, please prepare to receive your diplomas.
Lowell Abud. Jacob Atkins. Yazir Ali. Zainab Ali. Zainab Al-Mamori. Jessica Aper. Ian Osterman. Benza Blessing Barafundi. Chris Bardsley. Sean Barnett. Grant Bosler. Bryce Joshua Batchelor. Eric Battelle. Ellie Bays. Givenchy Batali. Christian Bigler. Lauren Sophia Blair. Surya Blake. Andrew Bowden. Haley Bosek. Shayna Box. Sam Bradshaw. Alia Ann Brannon. Ethan Brazel. Paige Brennicky. Ian Joseph Brinton. Johanna Clarice Broughton. Morgan Brown. Ty Evan Brunk. Raina Bryant. Sophia Avina Budge. Amy Bunyak. John Butchko. Allison Byrne. Thomas Calabro. Ryan Carnes. Ryan Caruso. Nicole Cernich. Kevin Chen. Ashley Chung. Declan Cody. Julia Comagis. Elizabeth Kate Comasana. Amisha Condor. Colleen Crawford. Mason Crew. Annabelle Daves. Got it. Allison Davis. Catherine Dillon. Zachary Dodd. Annette Drury. Colin Dryden. J.D. Dubois. Sterling Dreyer. Will Eastland. Cody Edwards. Ethan Elder. Jack Elliott. Gus Ernst. Sophia Ann Essig. Andrew Findley. Elizabeth Fisher. Luke Foder. Anna Folan. Faith Mackenzie Franklin. Madison Frost. Caleb William Fryer. Jill Gardner. Sky Garrett. Nicolette Gaston. Shania Gates.
Haley Glenn. Alana Inaya Granderson. Lucy Greenwald. Ashley Grothaus. Brooke Gudgeon. Austin Joseph Hagedorn. Dominic Haggard. Matthew Haley. Michael Hoff. Kylie Hawk. Liam Sterling Heydrich. Logan Heil. Carson James Heiser. Connor Michael Heiser. Alyssa Helgenberg. Catherine Marie Hendel. Kaya Hickman. Wyatt Dean Hill. Benjamin Connor Hodge. Jackson Hoekstra. Christopher Holden. Emily Nicole Hopkins. Nazli Hosseini.
Ethan Howell. Sarah Hunstead. Gabriel Hurt. Hannah Huynh. Abdullah Ibrahim. Raymond Isa. Mackenzie Carol Jensen. Zoe Deanne Johns. Jalen Johnson. Keon Johnson. Nia Johnson. Nicholas Jolly. Caroline Junt. Zachary Justvig. Flynn Francis Kem. Paige Catherine Kelly. Carter Kempter. Dominique Kerr. Colin Kirkendall. Adam Kinnear. Claudia Kanaki. Maggie Knox. Blake Kerr. Daniel Crobath. Jasper Kreina. Gloria Barane Quebe. Paige Kuhn. Jack Laddig. Meredith Laddig. Alex Lamb. David Lamping. Spencer Logan Landis. Paul Douglas Larson. Jack Lehman. Noah Jeffrey Lieberman. Ethan Lindeman. Madison Lindsay. Alexander Laufelman. Alex Lueders. Carter Lutz. Emma Lutzenberger. Alex Manser. Savannah Marchi. Julia Merritt. Noah Markwitz. Jacob Murray. Lydia Martin. Zachary Martin. Alex Matthews. Lauren Mattingly. Jacob McCarthy. Abby Marcready. Paige McGrady. Taylor McGrath. Kaylee Mertens. Caleb John Messerly. Easton Metz. Jack Meyer. Jaden Miller. Jessica Miller. Torier Lamontria Miller. Toriana LaMonica Miller. Joy Missy. Sammy Mitra. Ryan Montgomery. Kendrick Moody. Jackson Morrow. Isabel Moses. Ben Mosley. Daniel Mernon. Megan Much. Sydney Marie Nahorsky. Kyle Nelson. Tyler Nesbitt. Emily Newman. Kristen Nusser. Madison Marie O'Neill. Lauren Odenall. Jacob Etchen. Isaac Papa Kweku Ooso Opoko. Caleb Osterman. Amelia Otten. Genesis Oviedo. Denise Owen. Akaria Owens. Shayla Paulman. Bradley Patrick. Haley Allison Patton. Lauren Elizabeth Peroni. Lydia Peters. Barrett Peterson.
Charles Placer. Cameron Pollard. Ella Porter. Madison Powers. Joel Prang. Isobel Papillo. Justin Percival. Vincenzo Raccanelli. Dallas Ray. Lucas Reams. Bridget Reichmuth. Olivia Riley. Sarah Reddick. Mark Brandon Richard. Kel Richardson. Jonathan Rismanchi. Sarah Roberts. Tim Robinson. Casey Rose. Max Rose. Luke Roth. Reese Rosenfeld. Gregory Alexander Runyon. Isabel Rutledge. Macy Rose Ryan. Taylor Savage. Lenore Sayer. James Shear. Lizzie Scheidt. Andrew Schmitz. Laura Schnezgecki.
Katie Schreiner. Tristan Schultz. Luke Schwartz. Noah Schwer. Kenny Sabelski. Jackson Aubrey Shane. Jaziba Shamaru. Miles Shelton. Clay Simpson. Julia Skelton. Daniil Laidlaw Smith. Jaslyn Tanaya Smith. Claire Snyder. Kendall Spencer. Caitlin Marie Stabile. Justin Stange. Soleil Stanley. Matthew Stasa. Anna Stouter. Amanda Renee Steffen. Maya Stegan. Brock Andrew Stalen. Josh Stender. Benjamin Stewart.
Danica Stillwell. Samantha Stimson. Malia Park Stoneman. Trey Stuckel. Tessa Sullentrop. Paige Adana Summers. Mackenzie Sunhausen. Madison Sutton. Zachary Swain. Sydney Tang. Antigone Taylor. Macy Tegahoff. Grace Tomplay. Corinne Taylor Thier. Isabel Thrall. Kennedy Thuitt. Hayden Twing. Kyle Tim. Lauren Tress. Kyle Trombley. James Truman. Cole Elsman. Ryan Vallejo. Sophia Valenti. Abby Van Buskirk. Maya Grace Van Cardo. Meredith Ventimiglia. Ruth Vogel. Savannah Vogel. Marquita Wagner. Michaela Wallach. Claire Warren. Aiden Weber. Ainsley Whiting. Kyle Whitlow. Ethan Wickman. Kyler Ryan Williams. Parker Wilson. Connor Winkler. Rachel Winston. Gabrielle Word. Ben Wunsch. Calvin Yan. Paige Yaling. Parker Yaling. Caden Yoakum. Alexander Young. Cole Younger. Anna Zemensky.
Let's hear it one more time for our class of 2021. As is tradition, following graduates receiving their diplomas, we ask that all stand for the singing of the Rockwood Summit alma mater as recorded by the Rockwood Summit Choir. Seniors, please stay standing. Would the senior class principal, Dr. Mignerone, and student body president, Lauren Peroni, please join me again on stage for the ceremonial moving of the tassels. Lauren has been a member of the Student Council for the past 4 years and held the offices of Vice President and President this past year. Lauren played varsity softball and was captain for 3 years. Lauren also organized the Cinderella Project during her time at Summit, which was a donation drive of formal wear for teens across the St. Louis area. Next year, Lauren will be attending University of Arkansas to study nursing. Lauren, alongside Dr. Mignerone, will lead our graduates in moving their tassels.
Class of 2021, let's move our tassels together to symbolize the unity our class has felt and our many accomplishments together.
Thank you, Lauren. I know I speak for both Dr. Mignerone and myself with a few final words for our graduates. As you leave us today, I hope you know how much you are loved and that we will always welcome you back home to Summit. You have left a legacy that will continue in our halls even when you are gone. On behalf of the staff of Rockwood Summit High School, thank you for letting us be a part of your lives over the last 4 years. We wish you the best of luck on your next adventure. Just make sure you come home to tell us all about it. You will forever be a part of the Summit family. All right, kids and parents, get yourselves ready. Here we go. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduated Rockwood Summit class of 2021.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
ride your way, and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your